Had some outages throughout the day because these winds were pretty intense.
Yeah, a pretty potent cold front moved through last night, and that's really where you can get some of the highest winds, most damaging winds, which caused some of those outages. But really, it feels it's kind of a return to winter today. I know it's a saying in the Midwest that if you don't like the weather, just wait 24 hours. And I think that definitely applies here, where yesterday it was warmer, almost spring-like. We had the periods of rain on and off throughout the day, high winds, and today, in a lot of ways, it was very different out. We did have kind of a mixture of sun and clouds out there today, but the air mass over us now is significantly colder and drier. So that allowed for some more sunshine, very dry out there today, but our temperatures are significantly colder than they were, about 20 to almost 40 degree differences from this time yesterday, and that is the sign of a pretty potent cold front that moved through last night. And we are still kind of hanging around with the winds, though. We did have some high winds yesterday, last night, as the cold front came through, and even still today is still gusting to 40 miles per hour in Bangor, 35 in Portland. We did have a gust up to 54 miles an hour earlier in the day in Portland. And as we go overnight, the winds will start to calm down a little bit. And by the time we get into tomorrow, when high pressure sets in, everything will kind of start to calm down. Now, if I'm talking about wind speeds, I'm also probably going to mention the wind chill because it's very, very cold out there, especially in northern Maine. It feels like temperatures in the negatives, single digits in the interior, and only feels like 11 currently in Portland. Now, it's going to continue to be cold overnight tonight, which means the National Weather Service has issued a wind chill advisory. This is for areas in northern Maine, and this is going to be in effect until tomorrow at 7 a.m. because wind chills could be almost in the negative 20s in some areas. And that's going to continue overnight tonight. So overnight wind chill temperatures in the negative 20s in some places, negatives all the way down into the interior. As we get into early tomorrow morning, feels like 0 degrees right along the coastline. Once we get to about midday on Friday, things will start to warm up a little in both ambient temperature and the wind chill factor there as well. About getting into the feels like temperatures in the 20s closer to the coast. So in terms of precipitation, we do have that much drier air mass over us now. So we're going to be mostly clear overnight tonight, getting into tomorrow. Very cold start for Friday, but our temperatures rebound to what's about normal for this time of year. Right along the coastline, temperatures in the mid 30s, right around freezing in the interior, mostly sunny to partly cloudy throughout the afternoon. Then we do have some showers moving in for Saturday night associated with a coastal low. So our heaviest rain is going to be right along the coastline, a little bit less so the further north you get away from the coast. Most of us should be drying out by early Sunday morning. However, this low is going to stick around right off the coast, so it's going to give us some unsettled weather for really the first half of next week until about Wednesday with some on and off showers. In addition to that low sticking around, we're also going to have a return to spring-like temperatures, so about average for tomorrow, but really getting into the upper 40s and 50s once we get into the weekend, and we aren't going to see any winter-like temps at least until the middle of next week. Got a gale warning in effect until Friday at 4 a.m. for some gusty winds off the coast. And in terms of our 7-day forecast, we really have kind of switched into a much more unsettled pattern, Amanda, but our temperatures, once again, much more spring-like. So we don't like to count our chickens before they hatch, but maybe spring is here and we've kind of taken a back step away from winter, at least for the foreseeable future.
Well, that's been the way of the world here, so.
I know, now that February is just about over, we'll start doing the math for warmest and least snowy winters and the month of February as well.
All right, Dana, thank you.